Well, welcome out to Chris and Katie Unplugged, and we are now on the officially
Episode
3. How about that?
How about that?
We got a great show for today.
Oh,
Who
wait.
have you got lined
Wait,
up?
hang on. Nada, Tinka. You know who's going to be in the studio with us today?
Tell me something good.
American Blonde. Nada and Tinka are outside waiting to come in.
Man, we got American Blonde
Woohoo,
in here.
I'm so excited.
They are absolutely amazing.
They're going to be incredible. Plus, we're going to have Aaron Tanner from Southeast Georgia as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm still thinking about American Blonde, though. I mean, there's 2 of those.
There's 2 of those.
There's you.
There's
That's 3
me.
blondes. I'm like underdressed for the occasion. I may have to do something about that.
About that. We'll discuss that later. I may have an option that fits you well.
You sneaky little devil. Y'all stick around. We got a great show lined up for us. Chris Kelly, Katie Carmichael. This is Chris and Katie.
Unplugged.
Welcome back to Chris and Katie Unplugged, and we've got a very, very special guest with us.
A very talented guest in the studio today.
Matter of fact, he was at our Chris and Katie live launch party.
He was.
The one and only Aaron Tanner.
Welcome to the show.
Thank y'all for having me.
It's so good to see you.
Yes, ma'am. It's good to be here.
You know, I follow you on social media. You have so much stuff going on right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Gosh, you picked up some endorsements recently. Let's
Yes,
talk
ma'am.
about that.
I picked up an endorsement by Rattlesnake Cable Company. They're USA made in Montana. It's a small company. Guys named Hank Donovan started it, and they make guitar cables, mic cables, and they have these. I think the outside of them made out of Kevlar or something. They're super tough, but there's some great cables. And then also rock and roll denim and panhandle western wear. That's the shirt I'm wearing and jeans and everything made by them. And they make some really cool, like kind of retro looking 90s western clothes, you know, those Aztec prints and different things, and make some really cool stuff, and picked up an endorsement by them recently, and things are looking up. I'm
Thanks,
excited.
Are super looking up for Aaron Tanner.
We need some shirts like that for our show.
We do, don't
Yeah,
we?
We can endorse them on our show.
We'll endorse them as well.
Yeah.
I can
I
help
need
you
a
out.
retro look.
Yeah.
We
I need
do.
a retro look. I'm still young at heart.
Well, you've got so much going on. I know you also work a full-time job in
Yes,
conjunction with your music. So tell us a little bit about your 9-to-5 job. What do you do during the day?
I work at it. If it was 9 to 5, it'd help my schedule a lot. I work at a place called Paul Anderson Youth Home in Vidalia, Georgia, and it's a Christ-centered home for troubled teenage boys. It's been there since 1961, I believe. We take in boys. They're, you know, contrary to what most people think, it's not orphans. Their families usually will send them there, and it's guys that have been on drugs or have trouble with the law or different behavioral problems, and they come live there for around average of 18 months, give or take. Just depends on how quick they progress. And we try to help them to get to sober up, teach them about Jesus, teach them good work ethic and just different things. And that's why I've been doing that for last 5 years, I think.
It's more of like a rehabilitation program for troubled teens.
Yes,
What do
sir,
you
pretty
think?
much. Yes, sir.
Wow. So you're very busy. So that, I'm sure, takes a lot of your time during the day.
Yes,
But
sir.
you still manage to find time to write these amazing songs. How
Well, I
is
try.
that? Are you up like 24/7?
I do it on in the car on the way back into work.
Do you?
A lot of the times, most time, people say, "Oh, what's your songwriting process?" I don't have one. It's just kind of when something hits me. Most time, it's driving down the road because I have a wife, 2 small kids, and then I have a work and everything. So to get some alone time to write is pretty much in the car back to the work. And I'll pull out my phone and sing into it, and then later pull out the guitar and put the chords with it and everything. So
See, that's what we could do in the car instead of you fussing at other drivers all the
Oh,
time.
please. I don't want to hear anything about fussing at drivers. He's the world's worst at fussing at drivers. It's terrible.
I try to be nice about it.
Like if you need brakes, like we need brakes in every portion of the vehicle, so you can just push the button and stop the vehicle. But you know, the one thing I noticed a lot about your music is that you a lot of the songs that you write and perform, they have some meaning. So
Yes, ma'am.
they're very personal. Your music's very personal. It touches a lot of folks. Do you really think that growing up and your lifestyle growing up has a lot to do with the way that you write as well?
Yes, ma'am. Like I said, I've told people this time and time again. I grew up son of a pastor, and but I grew up in the '90s when George Strait and Alan Jackson, all those, you know, that sound was everywhere. You couldn't get away from it, no matter what. And so I grew up. That was just in my head all the time. So as I got older and I began to write songs, I was probably 14, 13, something like that when I started writing. Started playing guitar when I was 12, and I started writing, and that's what that country sound was in my head. But also, growing up in church, I wanted to have the more meaningful, Christ-centered lyrics and stuff. And as I've gotten older, my writing style has shifted even more. And I try to write country songs that are meaningful, not necessarily like preachy,
Right.
I guess, so to speak. And but that still have a good meaning, and still at least mention God somewhere, where people will hear the song and say, "Oh, I can relate to that song. Oh, that's a good song." And then it'll have something about Jesus in it, and they'll say, "Oh, well," plant that seed, so to speak.
So is it more of a classic? 'Cause I hear when I heard him sing, it's more of a classic type country.
Yes.
It's not really contemporary, but it's
Yes,
an
sir.
old school
Very
classic.
old
is
Yes,
what
sir.
it is.
Old school.
Which is absolutely, because you don't hear that in today's country artists these days.
Yes, sir. It's starting to come back. I was having this conversation as well with somebody at some. It's starting to come back, and I've thought about before. I didn't start my solo career till 2019, so I was 30 at the time, and I thought about. Before then, I played in family gospel groups and stuff, and then I started my solo stuff, and I was like, man, I wasted 10, 12 years. I should have been doing this when I was 18 and 20, and then I got to thinking, well, about that time is when the whole bro country stuff started coming in, and I just got swept under the rug. Mm-hmm. But now things are starting to tip back in the traditional spectrum of things, like guys like Cody Johnson and Cody Jinks, are out there just killing it. And so I think God's perfect timing put me right here in the midst of all that.
You know what I think it's perfect time for?
What's that?
I think we should let him sing and play for us.
I got to ask him one question.
Okay, you get one more.
Favorite country artist?
Oh man,
To put him on the spot now.
man, I don't even know if I could do maybe a top 5, but one it would be rough.
We'll do 5.
Okay,
top five in no particular order. Top 5, we'll say male vocalists would be Merle Haggard, Randy Travis, Waylon Jennings, Alan Jackson, and George Strait. I don't know. It's so hard. There's so many good ones.
And the songs I've heard you do, I've heard those artists in the songs he does.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You
Well,
can
thank
hear
you.
that sound.
You can hear it.
But what I hear also when I hear Aaron play is I hear Aaron, and I think that's a lot of what this is. There's hit and miss in music a lot of the times because there's so many people out there on the road. There's so many people performing, but they all sound the same. And that's the one thing I can truly say about your music is you have your own sound.
Yes, ma'am. When I was a teenager, I remember I'd listen to this artist, and I'd listen to this artist, and I'd try to sound like Randy Travis, and I'd try to sound like George Jones, and my daddy, he said, sing like you. The world has a Randy Travis. It has a George Jones.
Exactly.
They need a you.
Well, I love it.
He's got that one song, I remember I heard him sing it to him, to country for the church and to Christian for the bar. Let's get ready to get Aaron Tanner on stage right next on Chris and Katie Unplugged.
Hi, my name's Aaron Tanner. This is my latest release to all streaming platforms. The highs ain't high enough. Well, the whiskey, it ain't working, and the pills have lost their thrill, and I've snorted up those white lines till I've nearly had my fill. I keep running from my demons, only to find more. And sometimes I can't remember what it is I'm running for, 'cause the highs ain't high enough, because the lows are too low. I don't know who to turn to, I don't know which way to go, 'cause the women and the nightlife, the drugs and alcohol, only get me high enough so that they can watch me fall. I've been breaking all the rules. I've been running from my past. I've been acting like a fool. And I'm going downhill fast. I've got the law on my tail, and I ain't slept in days. I know something's gotta give, 'cause I ain't living long this way. 'Cause the highs ain't high enough, because the lows are too low. I don't know who to turn to. I don't know which way to go. 'Cause the women and the nightlife, the drugs and alcohol, they only get me high enough so that they can watch me fall. Will they tell me about a man who can take it all away? They said he'll take away my pain if I just take the time to pray. They say he knows the worst about me, and yet he loves me still. I think they said his name was Jesus, and I'm just praying that he's real. 'Cause the highs ain't high enough, 'cause the lows are too low. I don't know who to turn to. I don't know which way to go. 'Cause the women and the nightlife, the drugs and alcohol, they only get me high enough so that they can watch me fall. Yeah, they only get me high enough so that they can watch me fall.
Good job.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Did you?
Amazing.
I could feel that song while you were singing it. I really could. I could feel it. I started to tremble at one point.
I was watching
amazing.
you. I was watching you.
I know you were, weren't you? I know. Oh my gosh, the feeling in that song. Did you write that?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's your brand new single,
Yes, ma'am.
and we can get it on any streaming platform.
Yes, ma'am.
And how do we find you online?
Aaron Tanner Music on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and I have a website, aarontannermusic.com.
Awesome. And you have endorsements too for clothing as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us a little bit about those.
I have an endorsement by Rock and Roll Denim and Panhandle Western Wear. They're kind of sister companies. And that's the shirt I'm wearing here and the jeans I have on.
Love it.
Shameless plug. And then I also am endorsed by Rattlesnake Cable Company. It's an American company out of Montana. They make the best. And, I don't put my name with companies I don't believe in. I've been offered endorsements by other companies and I didn't believe in their product. But these both I do. The cables, best cables I've ever used. And they're, like I said, American made and some good people. So very thankful for those two. Two companies.
You're looking mighty sharp
Thank you,
today.
ma'am.
I love it.
Good people, great music.
Great music,
An amazing
great clothing. Wow. You just got the whole package.
I'm trying.
Well, you know what? We're going to come back with Aaron Tanner right here on Chris and Katie Unplugged. Well, Chris, I got to admit, I dug up a story that is maybe not, hey man, what you done did. It's a, hey man, what y'all about to do.
What y'all about to do? I think we need to talk about this.
We need to talk about this.
So it seems to be that in St. Augustine, Florida, it's not the Olympics, but a group of Floridians plan to host competitions according to the collective antics of the beer-loving, gator-possessing, rap sheet-heavy, mullet-wearing social media phenomenon known as
Florida Man.
Wow, that's crazy. Now, organizers of the Florida Man Games describe the competition as the most insane athletic showdown on earth. Now, the games will poke fun at Florida's reputation for producing strange news stories involving guns, drugs, booze, and reptiles. Can't have enough alligators, that's for sure. Or some combination of the four.
Only in Florida.
Only in Florida. Now, among the contests planned for February, that's 2024. Right. Oh, wow. It's going to take place in St. Augustine, Florida. Now, according to the organizers, it is going to be, I'm crazy about this, evading arrest obstacle course.
Oh, wow.
Just come to Georgia. You can do that here. Now, in which the contestants jump over fences and through yards while being pursued by actual real police officers. Now, the Category 5 cash grab, in which partygoers try to grab as much money in the windblown booths, is the self-explanatory beer belly wrestling.
Wow.
Put me in a cash grab booth. Let me try to grab this. You've been in those types of storms down there.
I
have.
have.
The turbine, the tunnels with this wind going crazy because you like chasing after hurricanes.
I do. I love chasing after hurricanes. It's one of my pastimes.
Did you ever try to grab stuff as it's flying by?
No, whenever you're in a category, let's say 3, 4, or 5, you're just trying to hold on for dear life.
So if a lady comes flying by, you wouldn't try to grab her foot?
Probably not.
Now, this just isn't a competition. It's a one-of-a-kind Floridian spectacular. Now, organizers said on the game, the Florida Man concept crept into the nation's consciousness a decade ago. I've never heard about it. So that was 10 years ago. So we're talking about going back to 2013. Okay. Now, the account with the tagline, quote, real life stories of the world's worst superhero, unquote, has been home to headlines such as Florida Man firebombs garage that impounded his car. So you get the car repoed, it gets impounded, and you as a Florida man are going to go and actually just blow up the garage.
Blow it up.
Or the Florida man that tried to pay for McDonald's with weed.
Of course he did.
You know.
Only in Florida.
How did you count that out?
I don't know.
Okay. Here's a bag. Okay. Can I get some change? Think about it. Now, general admission tickets to the event are going for $45. Also, 2 former stars of the 1990s television show American Gladiators have agreed to serve as the referees. That's all be for a hootin' good time. They're going to be beating folks up on the sideline. A St. Augustine native is behind the games, Pete Melfi. Now, he's owner of the 904. Now it's a media outlet covering St. Johns County. He says, quote, we thought, how can we really play on these Florida Man headlines that we hear so much about? Someone gave me the idea to make it an athletic competition. A bunch of drunk rednecks listening to rap music, chased by the police.
See, I told you this was not a story about what you've already done.
Now, it's going to be a wild day of mud games, must be in Dublin, and Florida-style obstacle courses. It's going to be really an opportunity to live that Florida man life for a day.
We should take the show on the road for that.
We should go on the road for that.
Yes, we should be there.
We can get Marquez, come down, we go to Orlando, let's go to Disney for a day, man.
I want to go see these games.
I want to go to these games too. More Chris and Katie Unplugged coming at you next.
This next song is going to be my upcoming single. We started working on it in the studio. My music's a little different than most. I grew up the son of a pastor, but also in the 90s. And when those two worlds collide, you get me. So the name of this one is Too Country for the Church, Too Christian for the Bar. I don't go out drinking, painting this town red. I don't wear a suit and tie unless somebody's dead. Don't mind sitting with the sinners, but others sin that don't take part. Too country for the church, too Christian for the bar. I just want to sing my songs with too much guitar and too much twang. I just want to tell about how Jesus is king, somewhere between an offering plate and cover charge. Too country for the church, too Christian for the bar. They say that I don't fit into their shiny little church because I speak the truth, no matter who it hurts. They say you don't fit the mold. We don't know just what you are. Too country for the church, too Christian for the bar. I just want to sing my songs with too much guitar and too much twang. I just want to tell about how Jesus is king, somewhere between an offering plate and cover charge. Too country for the church, too Christian for the bar. They don't want me around the juke joints. They say with us you don't belong. They say, boy, we like your picking. There's too much Jesus in your song. But somebody's gotta reach on, no matter where they are. Too country for the church, too Christian for the bar. I just want to sing my song with too much guitar and too much twang. I just want to tell about how Jesus is king, somewhere between an offering plate and cover charge. Too country for the church, too Christian for the bar. Too country for the church, too Christian for the bar.
But you know what? It's just right for Chris and
Thank you.
Katie Unplugged.
Yes, sir.
It's just right for us.
That was awesome. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Good job. We're so glad to have you on the show. with
Yes,
us
ma'am.
today.
Thank y'all for having me.
I know you got one more in you.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. And we're going to come back with Aaron Tanner right here on Chris and Katie Unplugged. Well, Chris, if you're looking for something fun to do, you're in luck because we've composed a list of all kinds of good things that's going on in our area, and I think we should share it with everyone
I'm
else.
always looking for fun things to do in the area.
Well, I love music, as you already know.
The Macon Christmas Light Extravaganza comes to downtown Macon, and it is absolutely beautiful in downtown Macon.
Well, not only is it going to be so beautiful in downtown Macon, but we're going to be lighting it up on Friday, November the 24th with the Purple Madness Ultimate Prince Tribute. That's coming back to the Society Garden, and
Perry's Lighted Holiday Parade coming to downtown Perry.
that's right, local makers pop-up event. The Friendsgiving Market and Food Drive is going to be going on over at the Houston County Galleria Mall.
And on Saturday, November the 25th, Straight Country. It's a tribute to, one of your favorites, George Strait.
Mr.
and the
Country
Southern
music.
Roots Tavern and Eatery.
I love Mr. Country music. And finally, don't forget about the holiday pop-up going on at Park Vineyards. And you know what? If you can't find something to do, then you're not looking hard enough.
Not looking hard enough.
And that's a look at what's happening here in Middle Georgia.
Now I feel awful excited right now.
Really?
And you know why? Because not only do I have a blonde co-host beside me, I've got two blonde guests sitting in front of us.
Yeah. Oh, it's like every man's dream come true for you today.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Chris and Katie Unplugged, American Blonde.
Hey guys, thank y'all so much for having us. We're so excited.
Yes, it's gonna be fun.
We're excited to have you guys in the studio. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourself.
Of course. Okay, well, we are two sisters originally from the Mississippi Delta,
That's
based
right.
in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm Nada,
I'm Tinka.
and we are a band called American Blonde.
That's right, yeah. You got your guitar player and your
And the
drummer,
drummer.
and then we both do vocals.
Yeah.
So much fun.
It's so exciting and incredible because, I did the background on this because you guys and I actually met earlier this year at CRS in
That's right.
Nashville.
That's right.
If you don't know what CRS is, it's Country Radio Seminar. It's the biggest, I call it, party on earth.
It
really
is a
is.
party. You meet everybody.
You
Yeah.
meet everybody, and I just absolutely fell in love with you guys when I met y'all. The excitement and adrenaline you guys have, so it's just
Thank
it just gets
you.
you so excited. It makes you want to
Man.
smile.
You're the best. We just love what we do, so you gotta have fun with it.
Yeah, any day you get to do what you love with the ones you love is always a good day.
It's a good
Well,
day.
and that's the thing. Like we were talking about this. Now, you guys used to be in a different band, and you have another sister as
That's
well.
right.
We
That's
do,
right.
we do.
And now that band disassembled,
That's right.
and you guys made the decision. What, around 2020?
It was the end of
Somewhere in there?
2019, and we went straight into the pandemic and had the whole year not playing music anywhere, and so except our living room, and so.
And we were at that time. We were still a three-piece band with our little sister Hannah.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
you've known us at that time
Yeah,
as well.
we
Right.
met years ago. Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
right.
And
And
so Hannah decided that like literally, we tell this to everybody. It is not meant for everyone.
It's
You got
not.
to be ready for like being a road warrior and
Right.
late nights. It's
The
not.
ups
It's not
and
the 9 to 5
downs.
kind of
Gig.
job.
Yeah.
And so Hannah's just didn't really care for the stage. She loved playing with us, but doing like all those long road hours and the stage was just really, really a lot. And she kind of wanted to do something where she could just work from home. And we're like, hey, that's what growing up is
Yeah.
all about. We were all like under 21 really
yeah,
at the
so
time.
we didn't. None of us really like had our brains fully formed to a point where
Yeah.
we knew what we wanted to do in life.
So 2020 was so amazing for us because it actually opened our eyes. Like, okay, well, if we, are not going to, if Hannah wants to do something from stay at home, maybe, we need to start thinking about what we want to do with our life and
Yeah.
our career. And 2020 made us realize we are absolutely depressed and so sad when we're not doing what we love, like playing music.
If we can't play music, like
We don't want it.
We don't want it. It's
Right.
that's when we realized like this is what we want to do
is
for
what
the
we
rest of
wanna
our lives.
So it was actually a blessing in disguise
Yeah.
because we had been in a group called Southern Halo since we were really 8, 9, and
Yeah,
11.
yeah.
And so, things were just, you do what you can with what you have at that age. And then we kind of got to the point where in 2020 we were like, you know what? We're going to rebrand to a name that we feel really fits who we are coming into, adults.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I think it's funny. Everybody's like American Blonde. I wonder why they call you that.
I don't know.
We're trying to keep it really simple.
Really simple.
We're from America. We have blonde hair. No, just
Yeah,
kidding.
well, and so the story behind that is actually growing up in Southern Halo, we were like, we did a lot of pop country. We were trying to find out who we are. We were literally trying to find
Yes.
that sound. And then once we got a little bit older and we decided that we were going to go through the rebrand, we the writing became, very more mature. And we just started writing and getting back to the real reason why we wanted to play, which
Yeah.
was, getting back to our roots. We grew up playing in the Mississippi Delta. We were inspired by so many blues musicians and country
Yeah.
singer-songwriters, and we just wanted to start being really authentic and true to ourselves, and we think we're doing that with American Blonde today.
Yeah.
I agree completely. And looking back, the music has changed drastically.
It
So
has.
It's a
you
big
guys
difference.
went from, being a younger group and doing the more pop sound into now more of a traditional country on the edge. I mean,
Yeah.
it really feels like you guys, and I think like a lot of the times in music, and I say this to Chris all the time, and that's why we're really funny about who we choose to bring in on the set.
I love it.
Is because
You're
I'm
the
looking and we're looking for people who have an original sound, and I think that you really hear that in your music.
Thank you.
And I know that like y'all didn't release your albums right away coming out of pandemic.
That's right.
Yeah.
We were like spoon feeding
were
some
spoon
things,
feeding.
trying to gauge the audience, see how they were liking things, and seeing how we were liking things,
That's
our
right.
new music, our new sound. So.
Yeah, and normally, you release that album and you go out on the road and support the album.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, with the 2020 happening, and there wasn't really a whole lot of touring that coming out of 2021 either. And
That's
so,
right.
we were like, well, why don't we just spoon feed each track just to kind of see what people are thinking, and it kind of gives everybody something fun to look forward to. And it, like Tinka said, it was a really good way to see what direction that our fans really like from us too, because a lot of our fans came from the very beginning of the days too, so we
Yes.
wanted to make sure that they
Back-
were growing up with us.
That's right.
Right.
Back when our sound used to be kind of more like pop country-ish.
Yeah.
We did the whole Radio Disney country thing. So
Yeah.
it was definitely a little younger and everything. So it's been a long journey since then, for sure.
But the main thing is, if you ever come to any of our live shows, which we will talk about later, Tinka is a phenomenal drummer and singer,
thank you.
and so that was kind of one of the main reasons why we wanted to kind of switch gears on the recording process, because the shows are so high energy and
Right.
just energetically
Yeah.
fun. And I feel like this new music is really becoming who we are as adults.
They
now.
match each other.
Yeah.
Back in the day, we would play these rockin' shows.
Yeah, like
And
Tinka's
then-
doing Sweet Child of Mine, and
Yeah.
we would do Little White Dress.
From the
album.
album. The album and the live shows just weren't mixing.
It's
And
night
so
and day.
now, today, you get what you hear on the radio or on our album, so it's
Yeah.
awesome. We love it.
So you actually did Sweet Child of Mine.
Oh, she does
We
it.
still do it. We might even do it tomorrow for our show. We're
At the
so
show?
excited.
I
If y'all
would love
come,
to hear that.
We will definitely
We'll
be there for
definitely-
I'm
sure.
so excited. It's
Yes.
gonna be a
Yeah,
good time.
you can't miss that. She kills it.
It's so much fun.
We do pull out some classics that we loved growing up on the the turntables, the vinyls and
Yeah.
everything. So we listen to a lot of good classics that inspired
yeah.
us to be who we are. And
That's right.
we just have a big fun mix of everything. And then I think a lot of people say after they come to the show, they're like, okay, now I get the American Blonde sound.
Yes.
It's just kind of a
Right.
big melting pot of all of our
Right.
favorite genres, really.
And I love that. I love that y'all did the remake of Phil Collins in the
Yes.
air.
Thank you.
Another
That's a
staple.
great,
Another
another
classic.
staple, a classic. But you guys have so many good songs out there,
Thank
and it
you.
just you really hear American Blonde. Well, I don't even have to think about it. If I'm driving down the road and I hear a song come on, American Blonde, American
Thank
Blonde. That's
you.
American Blonde.
Aw.
I
That's-
hear it.
That
I
means
know
the world
it.
coming from you, seriously.
I know.
Thank
That's
you.
a big compliment.
It's so exciting to have you here in Macon because y'all have a legacy.
we
Yeah,
do.
in
We feel
Macon.
kinda like it, maybe.
Kind of. A little.
You have a legacy. First, I want to start with your parents.
That's right.
So your parents actually went to Mercer University.
That's
Yes,
right.
Macon has a huge special place in our heart because our parents did. They met through some mutual friends. Our dad went to Mercer University
That's
for
right.
medical school.
Yeah.
And then mom was, they started dating at the time, and she was living in Memphis, so she knows that drive very,
She
very
used
well.
to come here
Macon.
all the time. Yep.
And we were talking earlier, so they, he was in medical school, so he wasn't making hardly any money. So their paychecks, they would put them together every month, and they would go eat at Natalia's restaurant.
Yeah.
And they were waited on this beautiful, sweet girl who always took great care of them.
She was from Italy. She was also Italian.
And her name was Christina.
Wow.
So they named their first babies Natalia and Christina after
Christina.
that amazing experience.
Yeah.
And so we're Georgia Bulldog fans.
Yeah.
We are we just feel like we belong in Macon, honestly.
Well, we're
live here.
so glad that you guys are in the Peach State. Of course, y'all are traveling through, going to a show in Savannah. Y'all are playing where at in Savannah?
We're playing at Barrel House South in Savannah, Georgia on November 4th. We're going to be playing from 9:15 to about 12 a.m.
That's right.
So it's going to be a party.
It's gonna be fun.
And y'all play a lot of different places. Do you have like a favorite venue at this point that y'all have played at?
Ooh.
That's a hard one.
Wait, here in the Beach
It's
State?
just
or-
everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, do you have a favorite one in the Peach State?
Oh, and the Peach.
We played so many different types of venues here.
I will say, Vidalia, Georgia, the Vidalia Onion Festival.
Yes.
We have been asked back quite a few times, and
Yeah.
we never have a bad time there. The people there, well, just people in the Peach State, of course, are just amazing, so
general.
sweet.
Yeah.
And we always have a good time for that festival. But it's so hard to say because everywhere we go, we always just try to look at like the most amazing aspects of each town, and
Right.
what really brings to the table
'cause
for it. And we,
every town is so special and different, so we really like to pick up like the things that make it so awesome, and like we take that home with us and our memories and our hearts. Like we love playing everywhere. So, But especially in Georgia, like
Yeah.
every town is a hit, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody's amazing. The people are so sweet here.
I know,
All the venues are so fun to play.
I loved, like, on the way here, we passed, like, somebody's tire, like, fell off their trailer, and a sweet police officer came, threw his
yeah.
sirens on, and he was out of his police car helping him put the tire back on the trailer.
Aw.
And I'm like, I love Georgia so much.
You know, I know a perfect location for them to play, and it's coming
Yeah.
up next year here in Macon,
No way.
No way.
the Cherry Blossom Festival.
Oh,
That would
that'd
be
be
so much
so
fun
perfect.
to
I feel like
have
I've
them
heard
here
about
for
that.
that, because that is huge.
yeah.
We need to look into that. That would
Yeah.
be so much fun. Any chance to come back to Macon, we will take it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, well,
It's not even that bad of a drive. We'll do that any day.
Yeah.
So I just have to ask you this about Vidalia. When you go to Vidalia for the Onion Festival, do you take back a bag of Vidalia onions
Yes,
with
we
you?
do. Yes, we do. We each get our own little bag
We
of
each
like
get a bag.
20 or 25 Vidalia onions, and they just be giving them out over there. They're
Yeah.
just like, here's your bag.
You
Here's your
know,
bag.
and we do have family in Vidalia. So our dad actually grew up in Vidalia.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, when we go back and play, it's like family reunion. You know, we have a lot of family members still there, and
Yeah.
they ship us like onions for Christmas.
all the time.
Oh, that's great.
In a
We
box.
are never out of onions.
I need to get on the family mailing list for that.
Right?
How do we get on that list? So, since I saw you last, I noticed you're sporting new jewelry.
Yeah.
Oh, do tell,
Got
do tell.
engaged recently.
Want to share a little bit about that?
Yes. Oh well.
And tie it into the song.
Yes. So many fun things. Okay.
Now, this
well,
ain't the Walking Away song, right?
No, this is
definitely
not this one.
This is the Coming Toward Me song.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
if you go back and dig in our history and find our very first single as Southern Halo and our very first music video, Little White Dress,
White
I literally
Dress.
wrote about how I'm too young. You know, we grew up in a really small town. People were getting married at like 18, and so I was like, you know, I wanted to write a song about the kids who were like, hey, it's okay if we get married at like 30 or something, you know, it's whatever.
Whenever you want to.
Whenever you want, you do you. And
Yeah.
so I wrote a song called Little White Dress, and if you watch that video, it was very fun. It was our first hit. My fiance was in the video, and so
Yeah.
we've been dating for about 10 years. We kind of grew up together.
Wow.
And yeah.
A whole
Years.
decade?
Wow.
Yeah, a whole decade. He followed me to Nashville, and
Yes.
yeah, good times. And so we'll be getting married in August next year. And we're actually writing a fun wedding EP because I wrote Tinka and her husband got married in May of
We
2021.
did. Yes.
And they go way back as well. We both picked
A hometown
boys
honey.
from the farm,
That's
yes,
right.
from our hometown. And another song I wrote.
Yeah.
And
She-
Did
she
you hear
loves
what
writing
just
songs.
happened? There were so many guys at the Mercer watching this. They're watching him, and all of a sudden, man, they found out she's getting married, she's married, and then the world just shook.
Oh my
Shut-
God, I love
Shut down.
Oh man,
I love it.
Y'all
you
are
just
so
crushed so
nice.
many guys'
Well,
hearts
I
right
doubt
now.
I wish
that.
we went to Mercer
I
University.
know, I'm dying
Y'all got
for
some
not
good
doing
looking
that.
boys and girls all the way around here. Y'all got good looking people here.
Yeah, I know, for real. So, yeah, I wrote a wedding song for Tinka and Embry
Yes.
called, I can't remember, I wrote a song called Two Hearts Are Better, and then y'all's are You
Yes.
Look Like Forever.
That's right.
And our other sister is married, and we wrote her own wedding song. So we're like, you know what? We got a song called Broke Bridesmaid. I'm writing our first dance song, so we're like, we're going to be releasing a wedding EP,
Wedding
in
EP.
August.
Oh, wow.
So for all the lovebirds out there we have a fun music release plan coming out next year. So you guys got to stay in touch.
Amazing.
Oh,
We will,
absolutely.
we will.
Well, y'all have a Christmas song coming out.
We do.
It's an all new original Christmas song.
Yes.
We've never even touched like Christmas music before. Like we never thought about making our own. We're like, man, that's a competitive little genre right
It's a
there.
different beast, honestly.
It's
Yeah,
a different
yeah.
beast, and you have to release those kinds of songs like way
Right.
earlier than you
October.
regularly would.
Yeah.
And so we were like, oh, we'll figure that out later someday. And then Nada just randomly wrote
was
the
like, I
most
got it, y'all.
fun, upbeat Christmas song, and we were like, we got to release this ASAP.
Yes,
So
it's called Kiss Me This Christmas.
Yeah.
It is officially out now. And the music video is already done. It's going to be coming out right after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So just in time
Keep your
for
eyes
those
peeled.
who wait to put up their Christmas tree after Thanksgiving. She does it before, I do it after. So
I normally do it like the 1st of November.
Do you?
I'm a little late this year, but
yeah,
you know. we'll
after
get
that
there.
Halloween party, yeah.
That's right.
Oh.
You're right.
Your Halloween party.
I love a good party. I'm a party person.
So yeah, we do have our first Christmas original song, and we're going to be releasing another one next year. And then we kind of want that to be the goal, is to just continuously release one Christmas song a year until we just have our own Christmas album one day.
That's right.
But yeah, we love Christmas. It's our favorite holiday for
exciting.
sure.
That's so exciting. Now, Chris, normally we have them come on and sing a song or
Right.
do a couple of songs, but we're not going to do that today. And the reason being is because we have doctor's orders for vocal
I'm
rest.
sure you can hear a
From
little
this one,
bit.
you could probably hear me now, and you're like, please make her stop talking.
No, you sound
She
great.
sounds
Thank you.
great, but they have their show tomorrow,
A
so
long, late show.
long
tomorrow.
show.
we're going to run some music videos instead.
Oh, yeah.
And then next time they come by and visit with us, then
gonna jam
we're
out.
going to
Oh.
jam out.
I'm so
gonna
excited.
jam
I'm
out.
bringing the box. I
Yeah.
normally play a cajon, so that's going to be fun.
You got a dirty road mama with a heart like Tennessee. She raised you much better than you've been treating me. How could a saint bring up such a sinner? I'm gonna leave you, but I'm gonna miss her. Oh yeah. I don't need you, but if I seem to get emotional tonight, it's not about you, it's nothing about you compared to the one that gave you life. You ain't worth the tears that I ain't never gonna cry. One more thing before I say goodbye. Tell your mama hi. You've been lying to me, but it all ends right now. And she's gonna smack you upside the head when she finds out how you did this and oh how you did that. Oh yeah, she'll never let you forget when I never come back. No, she won't. Hey, I don't need you, but if I seem to get emotional tonight, it's not about you, it's nothing about you compared to the one that gave you life. You ain't worth the tears that I ain't never gonna cry. One more thing before I say goodbye. Tell your mama hi. Woo! It's sure a shame you didn't get a beautiful soul. I wish you came out as good as your casseroles. I don't need you, but if I seem to get emotional tonight, it's not about you, it's nothing about you compared to the one who gave you life. You ain't worth the tears that I ain't never gonna cry. One more thing before I say goodbye. Tell your mama hi, yeah. Tell your mama hi, yeah. Tell your mama hi.
Well, I got to tell you guys, I love Chris to death, but I felt like he was feeling a little out of place.
No more.
No, you
I am not out of place no more.
Oh my, we're all twinning.
Yes!
I love it.
Yeah.
Girl.
The blondes. We literally are the four blondes, not the four non-blondes.
Oh, the
Yeah,
four
we're the
blondes.
blondes.
That's true.
We can start our own band.
You do the Blonde Ambition
That's
tour.
right, baby. Yes.
I'm dead. You look so awesome.
You are rocking that thing, man. I
You know,
love it.
they can always put you on stage with them, man. Tomorrow.
Well, yeah,
You know.
I'll hold the mic or something,
We got
but
a-
I'm not going to sing.
We got a tambourine and we
We
got,
got a cowbell.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We got a shaker. Whatever you want
Oh.
to do, it's all yours.
That
your
sounds
name on
like
it?
a lot of
Make
fun.
sure you wear the wig.
She
You're
can shake
too-
it like a salt shaker.
Okay.
I love it.
Let's hope not.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Y'all, yeah, we're
Let's
so
do the air
excited.
guitar thing over here.
Yeah.
So excited. It's gonna be awesome.
We are so thrilled that you guys had time to stop by the studio today and hang out with us.
Thank y'all so much for having us. We're
And
so excited.
We can't wait to go on the road and see you guys perform.
Gonna be a good
You
time.
guys are just the best. Thank you guys again for having us. And,
Yeah.
we're gonna be here anytime. Y'all just are just one phone call away. So
That's
thank
right.
you.
And no more talking for you.
I know. She's
I know.
got a
Yeah,
vocal
back
rest.
to vocal
I need
rest
to go to
for
bed.
you.
You know the little lemon trick, right?
No, tell me.
Okay, what you do if you start losing your voice, it's
Okay.
a DJ trick. You take a real lemon, slice it up, suck on the lemon
On the
itself.
lemon.
It tightens your vocal cords up.
Just a lemon.
Just a
a
lemon.
No
lemon.
honey on the lemon. None.
Just a
Okay,
lemon.
I'm gonna
There it
go
is.
to my hotel room
And I'll
tonight,
tighten
and
your
I'm
vocal
doing
cords up.
that.
Suck on a lemon.
Thank you for the information. Who knew?
That's awesome.
Well, now we know. The
Yeah.
more you know.
No.
And just smile and wave.
Well, away.
Speaking of the more you know, how do we find you on social?
I love it. You guys are more than welcome to check us out literally everywhere you can. Our website is AmericanBlondeMusic.com. And that'll take you to all of our socials like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, X, TikTok.
Is that what they're calling
X
it?
is like the new Twitter now.
Oh my goodness.
Here we are.
Here we are.
But yeah. And what else? We actually also just dropped some new merch, y'all. So if you actually do head over to our store at AmericanBlondeMusic.com, you guys can check out the new merch. We got some shot glasses, we got some wine stoppers because it's been high requested.
all the
highly
essentials,
requested.
baby. All
The essentials.
Go grab you some.
And
They're
some
so
brand new
cute.
shirts too,
Yeah.
and of course some more fun things. So yeah, and you guys were also going to be adding some new shows to our calendar for 2024 and the rest of this year. So we would love to see you guys. So yeah, just send us a message to the DMs and let us know that you saw us here, and we'd love to come and see y'all too.
That's right. Come say hey.
Well, that sounds good. We'll have to get y'all booked here. Hopefully, we can get you
Yeah.
here for the Cherry Blossom Festival.
Definitely.
That is now
Definitely.
Chris's new job.
Yes, you're hired.
We're
I'm
putting
hired,
you on
all right.
it. So make it happen.
Well, thank you again so much for dropping me in the studio today. We love you guys.
Thank y'all. We
You
love
guys
you.
are awesome. You guys are awesome.
Y'all are awesome.
Back with more Chris and Katie Unplugged next.
Well, Chris, I'm super excited about a guest we have in studio.
You know
with
what?
us.
Let me stop you there. You're always super excited.
I am, because it's not often I get to see everybody, but when we're on the show, it's like everybody comes to visit
Everybody
with
comes
us.
to visit with us.
And I love that. But this guy, we actually do get to see a good bit. He's a good friend of ours. I've known him for, gosh, I would say over 20 years, back in the 40 days. Golly, it's been a very long time.
20 years and 40 days. Okay, I'm
Something
just
like
making
that.
sure we got that right now.
I'll have to play you some 40 Days music for you for sure. But super excited. We're going to welcome Greg Parker from Wide Open Entertainment to the show. He is not only a good friend of ours, but he also helps us with our music.
Right.
Hey, welcome to the show, Greg.
Thank you for having
Good
me.
to see you.
It's so good to have you on the show with us. I know we talk about Wide Open Entertainment a good bit. Let's take a step back, because this is
Okay.
new.
Right.
When did you actually decide to found Wide Open Entertainment?
So, less than a year.
Okay.
Less than a year.
And what was the vision when you decided to create it?
So, going backwards, we started music with 40 Days, and that was probably around like 99, 98. So, throughout the years, I've been playing in bands all those years, and I mainly did all the promotion and booking. So, fast forward to now, I figured I'd decide to make a business out of it and try to help these people.
Yeah, you're doing an amazing job of it. I see your logo on everything around town.
Appreciate it. That's
So
kind of what I do.
I know you helped us with Laura Bryant bringing her to Cashman's.
Yeah.
And we are certainly appreciative of that. But you bring in a lot of artists, and they're not just local artists. They're
Right.
people from all over.
Right.
So how do you choose who gets to come in and play?
So, I'm trying to set myself apart. So, I want everybody on our team to know, like I've spoke with Bulldogs,
Right.
and she's just excited about everybody we've sent.
Right.
So that's kind of what I'm shooting for is if I send somebody, they know they're getting somebody solid.
So do you have a favorite artist so far that you've been able to book?
Right now, Andrew Wooten, who came through, he's from Greenville, South Carolina. Man, passion is just off the chain. So it's been a pleasure working with him, and we've got some future stuff we're working on. And Dallas Rogers from Fitzgerald, he's very hungry. So that's kind of what I'm looking for is people that, they just don't want to play here in the same spot every weekend. That gets old. So looking for artists that want to grind and get out there and get it.
And we had the pleasure of meeting Andrew Wooten. We saw him at Wild Wings, and we had him on our show not too long ago.
Right.
Great guy. We
Yeah.
love
Guy.
Andrew.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Dallas Rogers?
Dallas Rogers. So he's in town this week. He's playing Lake House at Lake Oconee,
Right.
and Cashman Saturday, which I guess it's to be aired later. So that's November 3rd and 4th.
Right.
Gotcha. I know Chris and I talk about this all the time. Like, that's one of the big problems we have in the area is that we see the same bands over and
Right.
over. And it kind of gets old.
It does.
Because you know them, like most of them are all of our good friends, but
Right.
you see them so much, you almost know their set list before they even start.
Right.
So by bringing in these new artists and bringing in people from all over the country, it's really shaking it up.
Right.
We love that you're shaking up the music scene.
Yeah, and that's when I talked to Ron at Cashman's, that was one thing I wanted to start bringing him, new people, fresh faces.
Right.
Right.
So nothing against local guys.
No,
they're
definitely
getting
not.
it, but like I say, when the same person plays, every weekend or every other weekend,
Right.
it just gets old. So
You want to give basically more variety
Right.
to the public, basically. So they'll have, I saw him last week. I want to go back and see him again at this place because he put on a phenomenal show, or they
Right.
put on a phenomenal show.
Right.
Versus going to see this guy here who's played every weekend for the last 3 years at the same place.
right, and it's beneficial for the venue because the regulars,
Right.
you got people that just like certain venues, and whether it be in their area or whatever. So that way they know they're getting a different entertainment every weekend,
Right.
and not that same guy, that played last week. So
I love how he's shaking up the music industry, just like we did with the country industry when we shook things up with Chris and Katie Live.
That's true. We've
so.
we've managed to go in and create a whole lot of new stuff as well, and that's why we initially talked to Greg on our
Right.
launch party night, which
Right.
would have been back on
July.
July 26th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And you and I stood outside of the Hummingbird, and I said to you, "We need to book a venue. We need to start a music TV show."
Right.
And look, here
And
we
look
are.
where we are
and
now.
here you spoke it into existence.
And
Yeah.
we spoke it into existence, and we couldn't have done that without you. So
Right.
we're very grateful
Yeah.
for everything, all your hard work and time that you put
Yeah.
in to help us out with
And I
everything.
appreciate y'all, teaming up with me and giving me the opportunity also.
Well, we appreciate you coming in today to talk a little bit about Wide Open Entertainment, and we're so excited. How can we find you on social?
All the social media is Wide Open Entertainment. You can look for this logo. Our website is wideopen-entertainment.com.
Super, and they can buy merchandise as well.
You can buy
You got
merch.
t-shirts?
We got shirts, koozies, hats. Getting into a few other things. We just got some beanies in
Oh,
for the
wow.
colder weather. So,
So
but
you're
yeah,
gonna
we're
have a whole wardrobe.
right.
And before long, it's going to be the Chris and Katie with Wide Open Entertainment below because Greg is now an agent for us.
He
Right,
is.
and I'm excited about that.
It's awesome. So.
Yeah. We called up Greg the other day and said, "Hey, I think we need an agent. Can you help us?" And Greg was
I
like,
asked-
he's laughing. He's like, "Yeah."
And I asked the question. I said, Greg, you know any good agents? And now we're partnered up with Wide Open Entertainment.
We are partnered up with
Yeah,
Wide Open. So
I'm
we
excited. Yeah,
Super excited to have you on board, and so excited that you were able to come in the studio with us today and hang out for
appreciate
a
it.
few minutes. I know you're a busy man.
Yeah.
I know you got a big show tonight, so I'm going to let you go.
All right.
But thank you so much for all your
Yes.
time and effort and everything that you do for Chris and Katie
yeah,
Unplugged.
I appreciate it.
Good to see you, Greg.
Yes, sir.
Back with more Chris and Katie Unplugged in a minute.
Hey y'all, it's American Blonde, and this is the music video to our last single, Quicksand.
We were living in paradise, baby, you and I built the life we were dreaming of. Strong foundation, but it's caving, and I don't like where it's taking us. Cause we're living in a wasteland, losing everything that we've had. We were on solid ground, but that ain't how it feels right now. It's like we're standing in quicksand, it's coming out from under us. Something happened to our love, and I don't know how we're gonna get back. Grab a rope and hold the line, pull ourselves out in time before this dies. Whatever we do, we better do it fast. Cause you and me, us, know we ain't gonna last in quicksand. Deep, 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 deeper down. I can't breathe and I can't figure out how we got here or what went wrong. Cause this ain't us.
Hey y'all, it's Nada
And Tika
from American Blonde, and this is the music video to our new single, A Man Like You.
1, 2, 3. I've always been so independent, go where I want when I want to. Never met a guy worth my time. I ain't even jaded, it's just the truth. Here's a little free advice for you before you make your move. I don't need a man, honey, I can dance on my own just fine. Take care of my own life. If you're good enough, wanna lift me up, always put me first. Let me at my best and my worst. If you're up for that, that's something you can do. I don't need a man unless it's a man like you. Oh, you, yeah. Just like Shania Twain, you know I ain't impressed by much, so don't press your luck, babe. You can take your chance long as you understand. I don't need a man, honey, I can dance on my own just fine. Take care of my own life. If you're good enough, wanna lift me up, always put me first. Let me at my best and my worst. If you're up for that, that's something you can do. I don't need a man unless it's a man like you. Yeah. Whoa, you think I'm difficult, you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm far from typical, so don't you forget. I don't need a man, honey, I can dance on my own just fine. Take care of my own life. If you're good enough, wanna lift me up, always put me first. Let me at my best and my worst. If you're up for that, that's something you can do. I don't need a man unless it's a man like you. Yeah. Whoa, I could choose a man like you.
What an absolutely phenomenal show.
Told you so. Did I
was
not
great.
tell you so?
You know.
American Blonde knocked it out of the house, I tell you
It
what.
was absolutely amazing.
What about Aaron Tanner?
Aaron Tanner is always great. We've seen him. He did our launch party for us back
He
in
did.
July. Great guy. I mean, the super guy. And then all the stuff he's got going on now with the clothing line and everything.
Right.
And he's
So
coming up
much.
so fast.
You know, we have a very special organization we love to thank each week. There's one special place in our heart, and it goes to
Bulldogs
Bar and Grill in Macon.
They're a great sponsor for Chris and Katie Unplugged.
They are, and they have an entire menu of delightful, and they have actually upgraded the menu items.
They have?
So anything you can possibly think of, delightful menu items from the bar. Maybe you just want some, I don't know, a steak. They still have steak. They've got the wraps, they've got the hamburgers, they've got the chicken wings. You name it, they've got it on the menu, and it is so
And the brand new diamond tables.
Yes, the brand new ones.
Amazing.
How many does that make? 11? That makes 10 new ones
They
and a
got
snooker.
10 new ones and they got the snooker table as well.
Yes, so if you're
Absolutely
looking
amazing.
for a place to go play pool and get your grub on, we've got you fixed up with Bulldogs Bar and Grill in Macon.
And it's veteran owned and operated.
That's
You
right.
know, the discounts they give you too as well for veterans and first responders and stuff like that. John Boutwell, Natasha Boutwell's did an amazing job with Bulldogs.
They sure have. And we'll be looking forward to our next week's segment with Bulldogs Bar and Grill as well, because they continue to bring in the great new hot artists. Doesn't matter which genre it is, just great music. And we love to have that right here on the show.
And it's absolutely amazing. We'll catch you next time on Chris and Katie Unplug. And what we usually say?
We'll see you
On the flip side.